Welcome back to Loose Ends, the Guild Wars 2 series where I complete my remaining collections and achievements before the end of Dragon's expansion in a guide style format. Last time we completed the achievements in the Hearts and Minds story instance, and for this episode I actually wanted to do some collections. However, the remaining Heart of Thorns collections, the specialization collections, require me to get a ton of mystic coins, so I want to move on to Path of Fire first. No one has the amount of gold to finish his collections in just a week. I haven't finished that many Path of Fire story achievements, so let's revisit Act 1 of Path of Fire and let's redo the Sacrifice and Blazing a Trail. Let's start with Blazing a Trail. In the Blazing a Trail story instance, I only had to complete the Undead Bouncer achievement. When you retry this story instance, make sure to use the story instance that is furthest away from you, else you will enter the wrong instance. Enter at Zalambur's office. Undead Bouncer sounds easy at first, and it is actually quite easy if you know what to do. Undead Bouncer requires you to save all of Zalambur's guests from being harmed by awakened attackers. This means that you cannot let anyone die during this story instance. The awakened spawn in rapid succession after Ibero's dialogue, so make sure you are ready to move towards the terrace where they spawn. It is wise to bring a character that can heal or support the NPCs. Since I'm redoing this on my elementalist, I can just use my water skills to heal them. I also brought Aftershock, a Tempest skill, with me. This allows me to immobilize the awakened and give protection to the NPCs. This prevents the awakened from getting near the NPCs, and the NPCs will take less damage this way. As an extra, bring a skill that can knock down enemies. If an NPC is about to die, you can knock the enemy down and save that NPC. This gives you some time to heal the NPC or kill the enemy. If you don't have a profession that can do these things, like a thief, bring a friend or a guildie along. The whole thing won't take longer than 10 minutes, so it won't keep them occupied for long. Also, you can ignore Iberu. Although he is hostile, he won't attack the NPCs and will just wander off. Alright, that's quite a short explanation, but I can't make it any longer. And now, Elite Elimination in the Sacrifice story instance. Like I said before, this story instance has multiple hard achievements, but I think this one is the hardest. This is just because of the 3-minute time limit that is tied to it. Don't do this achievement when you also need to complete other achievements here. Entering the story instance was the first challenge actually. To enter this instance, go to the Crystal Oasis and click the gate to the Desert Highlands. If you press F at the gate, you will enter the Desert Highlands normally. If you click the gate instead, you will see a pop-up box that allows you to enter the story instance. This took me about 15 minutes to figure out. Once you are in, you can get ready to start Elite Elimination. For Elite Elimination, you need to defeat 3 generals in 3 minutes time. This is a very tight time frame where you really have to hurry to kill these 3 generals in time. The generals can be identified by their green skull above their head. And for me, the generals were a Forged Assembler, a Forged Officer, and a Forged Cannonade. My biggest advice here is to get 2 friends to do this with. At least 2 friends. Use a profession you are comfortable with, that can do a lot of damage in a short time span and has some self-sustain. Split up and each of you look for a general and defeat it. You can make things a lot easier if you have a sky skill. This allows you to fly low and spot the generals from a distance. You can also initiate with skill 1 to start dealing damage right away. I managed to solo this instance actually with the sky skill. It allowed me to quickly find the generals, kill the generals, get out of combat and quickly look for the next one. I wouldn't be able to solo it without the sky skill. Just killing the generals isn't enough. You will also have to kill the surrounding enemies that belong to the generals. If you don't, it won't count as a kill. You can see if you killed the surrounding enemies by looking at the top of your screen. If it indicated that you have killed another general, then you're good. The last tips I want to give are to bring food and CC. Use your power food to give yourself some extra damage and bring CC to break the general's break bar. They can pump out an enormous amount of damage, and by breaking their break bar, you will temporarily stun them. This gives you some extra room to breathe as well. Also, breaking a break bar will expose the general. If the general has the exposed debuff, you will have a small window of about 5 seconds that will make them extra vulnerable, and this will increase the damage you do against them. And there we go, I completed them. That should get you going on these 2 achievements as well. And that was Act 1 for me. Did you already have all of these achievements of Act 1 in Path of Fire? Let me know in the comments. It is somewhat of a shorter video, I know, but stay tuned because longer ones are coming. If you want to support me, you know what to do. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.